WESH 2 News starts now with breaking news.
That breaking news, a teenager is locked up right now and charged with attempted murder after 10 people were wounded during a weekend party in Seminole County.
This happened at the Cabana Live restaurant entertainment venue in Sanford. One of the victims is former Mainland High School star and current Houston Texans wide receiver Tank Dell. As WESH 2 News investigative reporter Greg Fox shows us, detectives are trying to find a second person who fired shots at the party, possibly to protect others.
This is not a case where we feel like there's a dangerous person that is out there in the community, that there's a part of this investigation that needs to be wrapped up because the general public is in harm's way.
Sheriff Dennis Lima wanted to make it clear that while there were at least 2 people firing shots at Cabana Live late Saturday night to early Sunday morning, that this 16-year-old boy, who we're not identifying because of his age and because he has not been formally charged, appeared to be the attacker with intent to harm others. As you can see in this security video released to detectives, a security guard immediately tackled and handcuffed the teen as soon as shots were fired and everyone started running.
We're incredibly lucky that nobody's dead and there's not more injuries. And again, I can't emphasize enough, that security officer doing the bear hug and getting the shooter to the ground was probably incredibly important in that process.
The sheriff also showed this image from security video of Houston Texans wide receiver Tank Dell there on the right, and on the left, an unknown person who fired shots and may have been trying to defend others following a fight that preceded the shootings. It's also important to note guns were strictly off limits at the private Cabana Live event that was billed on social media as a nobody leaves sober pool party. Roughly 35 minutes before the chaos erupted, a deputy and a sergeant with the sheriff's office arrived to keep an eye on the rowdy crowd, which was already being supervised by a private team of 10 security officers. Without them, there may well have been more than 10 people, including Tank Dell, that were wounded and injured.
Remain in secure detention.
A judge ordered the 16-year-old to be held in juvenile detention until a hearing next month. He's charged with attempted murder. The sheriff says the owner of Cabana Live did not have the required permit for the event that drew 200 people. Owner Jason Horrocks told WESH 2 News, "We're doing everything we can to assist the sheriff's office. This was a private event and none of the people attending were regular customers. We're glad everyone involved is going to be okay." County officials will be looking into the fact that there was no valid permit for this particular event, and alcohol regulators with the state will be joining the investigation. In Seminole County, Greg Fox, WESH 2 News.